So what we have here is a set of 3 t-distribution formulas and 3 t-inverse formulas to help give you some idea about how to use Excel to do calculations for a t-distribution. As you can see here, there's the values, and then on this side there are the formulas that are used to generate those values in column A. The first one is computing, as we did in the lecture, the probability that a t-distribution, or a random variable with a t-distribution with 20 degrees of freedom, is greater than 1.5. That's sort of computing the area in the right-hand tail for that t-distribution, and the answer is about 0.075. The second one is calculating the probability that a t-distribution is greater than 0.8, which has 99 degrees of freedom. That's also the probability that a t-distribution with 99 degrees of freedom is less than negative 0.8. And then the third one is the probability that a t-distribution with 12 degrees of freedom is greater than 2.4. That is, what's the chances of being more than 2.4 standard deviations away from the mean with 12 degrees of freedom? And you can see it's about 1.6759%. The formula below is useful for calculating confidence intervals, and that's the t-inv function. For all 3 of these, you see that the value is 0.05, that is 5%, and that's the area in the tail, and it's asking the following question. If I want to have 5% area in the tail, or in other words 95% area in the center of the t-distribution, how far over do I have to go to get that area in the tails and in the center? So to get 5% probability in the tails for 100 degrees of freedom, the answer is 1.98, which, as you can remember, is very similar to the 1.96 that we saw for the standard normal distribution. With just 30 degrees of freedom, you have to go further out, as we were noticing in the lecture. That's about 2.04. That is, you have to reach further to get 95% probability when you only have 31 data points and thus 30 degrees of freedom. And then lastly, if I have just 7 data points giving me 6 degrees of freedom, you have to go a lot further to get 95% probability, and the number is about 2.4469. So what these numbers, these formula are useful for doing calculations with the t random variable. The t-distribution calculates the area in the tail, in the right-hand tail, and the t-inv function calculates how far you need to go to have a specified probability split between the 2 tails. So it's different than the norm dist and the norm inv functions in Excel, but it gets you in the end to the same basic ideas as those 2 formula in Excel.